All right. Just gonna start recording this here. Oh boy, here we are playing Silent Hunter 5. As you can see, somebody asked what mods I'm using. I'm using a metric ass load of mods. I can't really remember offhand. Obviously, Open Horizons is one of them. I've got a lot of the Dark Wraiths interface mods. There's just the number of mods that you have to use to get this game to the point where it's really playable and agreeable is pretty embarrassing. But I think I've got it straight. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try and see if this loadout works. So we're gonna start a new campaign, and we're going to actually real quick. Sorry, folks. Real quick, like just updating our little game thingy mabob list doohickey. Wow, we have a lot of people in here. Hi, everybody. I just looked at the viewer list. There's an astounding number of people here right now.
Yeah, I also told him on Twitter that I'm talking leaky now, so maybe we'll actually get even more.
Oh boy.
More donations too.
I don't know how I will. I don't know if I can deal with all the limelight. So I'm going to name my captain Helmut Tickler. There we go.
Gotta remember, there's a delay on this because I'm all like, maybe you don't have right focus. But nah, it's just because it's that long.
Nah. It's 30 seconds, I think. It's ridiculous. But anywho, we're here in the intro screen, or the screen where you get to pick which campaign you want to run. I'm going to start with the Coastal Waters one, but you do have the option, if you're crafty, you can type silent auto, and that'll unlock all of them. I was about to say, if you type in Silent Hunter, no, that's not how it works. The difficulty is set to medium right now. That's going to change. We're going to go ahead and get started, though, and prepare for an excruciatingly long loading screen. Ah, there you go. All right, here we are. We are in our U-boat pen, which is where our submarine likes to sleep and eat when it's not out eating ships. Got my lovely crew, or the various other hangers-on here in the pen. This guy's huffing gas. This guy's really hammering away at this box. Hello, friend. Keep up the good work.
Well, at least our, shore leave is more in an office now.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's that.
This is very nice. See some, see some, people milling around here. And this is our sub. You're only allowed to sail in U-96 as your sub. U-96 was not in service at this point in the war. We are just starting out. But video games, who cares? U-96, of course, if you recall, if you like submarines and if you also like excruciatingly long movies, U-96 was the sub that was in Das Boot. So there you go. We've got two people we can really interact with here. We've got this mustachioed guy, Herbert Vockel, who will upgrade our sub for renown. We have no renown, so I'm going to ignore him, other than remarking about his fantastic stash. And then we've got Hans-Georg Weber.
Willkommen zurück, Herr Colon.
And he will give us orders about our new mission. I will go ahead and ask him about
Kommen
it.
Sie herein, Herr Colon. Ich habe soeben neue Befehle vom OKM erhalten. Unsere Situation hat sich leider zum Schlechten gewendet. Sehen Sie. Nach unserer Invasion.
He's going to give us instructions that actually don't pertain to our mission, so I'm not sure if this is going to be very helpful.
Berlin nicht gerechnet. Und das bedeutet, dass wir der mächtigsten Flotte der Welt gegenüberstehen, der Royal Navy. Ein ungleiches Duell, wenn man überhaupt von Duell sprechen kann. Die englische Flotte zählt 255 Kriegsschiffe, unsere bloß 34. Das heißt, wir haben nur eine einzige Hoffnung, unsere U-Boote. Unsere Feinde zwingen unsere Schlachtschiffe mit einer Seeblockade dazu, im Hafen zu bleiben oder die direkte Konfrontation zu suchen. Eine Situation, die wir uns derzeit keinesfalls leisten können. Nur mit kleineren Einheiten wie unseren U-Booten können wir die Blockade umgehen und auf die offene See durchbrechen.
Mhm.
Wir haben zurzeit 46 U-Boote. Davon sind 22 gefechtsbereit. Sie werden eines davon übernehmen. Machen Sie
Oh,
das
so we're
Beste.
commanding a U-boat.
Unser
didn't know
strategisches
that.
Gesamtziel,
I
wie
know.
Commodore
Damn
Dönitz
this
es
thing.
bereits erläutert hat, besteht darin,
He just said donuts.
Englands
I'm eating a donut.
Abhängigkeit von importierten
It's
Gütern
meant to be.
auszunutzen, indem wir ohne direkte Konfrontation
Game is so
zuschlagen,
immersive.
alle Nachschublinien kappen und die Einwohner aushungern, bis der König...
He just cut
Ihr
himself off too.
vorläufiges Ziel besteht darin, die wichtigsten Nachschublinien
I'm actually going to cut him off. He's going to tell us to sink shipping around the coast of Britain, which we're free to do thanks to the Open Horizons mod. We can actually do whatever we want. It's our hot body. We can do what we want. But before we get started, we need to make some adjustments as I eat a donut like a pro. I'm enabling most of the difficulty settings with the exception of no external view. Actually, you know what?
Yeah, you gotta have some fun, right?
I'm going to disengage no map contact update. I realize that that's a big advantage, but I'm not sure that my crew is going to reliably report contacts in the log. So I'm going to have that enabled just to cross-check that, because I was having a problem with that in previous mod loadouts. So there you go. There we go. I'm checking the chat here real quick.
I'm just watching the guy in the game options menu. It looks kind of like he's got a lazy eye or
He's
hit with a hammer.
He is drunk as fuck. I think he's modeled on the guy that's in Das Boot, the actual Corvette and Captain, whatever his name is. He's the guy that says, "I am not in the condition to fuck." Anyways.
Willkommen zurück, Herr
Let's get started. I don't want to... Well, I can pick a
Willkommen
mission.
zurück, Herr Colon. Kommen Sie herein,
Shut
Herr
up, shut up,
Colon.
shut up. Stop talking. There we go.
Yes, and to answer your question there, Telmange, it is me, Lethal Feline.
Lethal
Currently,
Feline.
Speaking with Epping and shilling for curing brain cancer. Donate to...
Yeah, what a shill. What a jerk. Alright, we've got a mission picked out. It doesn't make a difference. We can totally disregard it because of Open Horizons. Let's go ahead and get started finally. Here we are. We're on our conning tower. And there's our ladder that we will probably be stepping into on accident a lot. But I think we're ready to rock and roll. Let's do it.
Halbe Fahrt voraus.
Thompson. Yeah, of course it was Thompson. I don't know why I forgot that. The sound mod is named after him. The one from Silent Hunter 3. So anywho, here we are. We're emerging from our birth. It's like being born. Veritable act of birth just happened now. We've emerged from our U-boat pen, covered in fluid and with some type of umbilical cord trailing behind us.
It couldn't just be metaphorical, like we're born again
Nope.
submarine captain.
Nope, we are literally born again. So one gripe I have with this game is that it doesn't actually give you a manual rudder that I'm aware of. You can either move it over 5 degrees or all the way to the right or left, or port to starboard, whatever, who cares. Fortunately, I think that this was modded in. I don't know which mod gives this to you, but you can use this gigantic Flava Flav sized rudderometer. I don't know how to describe that. Somebody's asking me to turn up the brightness. It's actually about this dark for me, but I will... Well, I mean...
Ruder 3.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Grad Steuerbord.
The reason I said it that way is that I was having a problem when I was recording Silent Hunter 3 with the game being just fine for me, but the recording's coming out too dark. So I immediately reverted to that line of thinking. I will go ahead and try to turn it up a little bit, though. Because it's not about me, it's about you guys. Let's see, can I turn up the gamma? Will that help? That's not going to help, actually. Gamma won't be caught in the recording, right?
I don't know.
I don't think it tends to be. I think we might just have to deal with it If somebody has the applicable graphic for that, the deal with it guy, feel free to put it in the chat.
I was gonna say which one.
Yeah, that's true.
Innumerable images of sunglasses falling on the faces.
I really do like how this game looks, despite my other problems with it. It's very, very pretty. Although it's very, very dark out right now, so you can't see anything. But I think that that makes perfect sense. It's the middle of the freaking night. What do you want? Already somebody's saying I miss Silent Hunter 3. Well, shit. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, one thing I love about this is that your captain makes footstep sounds. And you can get him, you can really get him going. Like, he can start, like, doing like a Fred Astaire kind of thing.
Ruder 0 Grad Backbord.
See if I can have that happen. Let's go into the actual sub. Check things out.
Nothing to get the men ready to go to war.
We're gonna sink a ship today. Tappa, 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 tappa.
I like to think that they all join in.
I don't think
It's
a
like
U-boat
the
would be
team
very
building
good.
maneuver.
Wouldn't be very good for tap dancing in here, I don't think. See if I can
Someone's
really.
listening on passive sonar. Do you hear all that tapping? Probably just whales or something, right? That's gotta be dolphins. That's what it is. Of course. Clicky makes sense now.
I'm just running through the whole sub like a crazy idiot. There we go.
I'm gonna say I'm bringing my volume so I can hear it.
There we go. I had him going really well there. Alright. Tailmage. Oh, those magnificent men in their submerging machines. It's too many syllables. Alright.
Schiff in Sicht. Kurs 3, 4.
Anywho. Yeah, I'm sorry I can't turn up the brightness, because again, I realize it's more about your viewing pleasure. Oh, well, that actually worked. Going under, going down the ladder seemed to improve the situation with the brightness, logically. The clouds are much brighter.
And then it sounds like it's dark as you emerge.
Wir haben nicht genügend
so
Wasser
weird,
unter
I
den
don't-
Kieler Kaleien.
But yeah, it is more visible now. We can
Yeah.
actually see the chop on the water now.
I think I don't know if this is quite accurate as far as the light levels that you'd see in this kind of weather. I don't know if I care that much, though.
It was just a light pollution. Our eyes were
Yeah.
still adapting.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm actually going to plot a course. I'm just going to go ahead and stop messing around here.
Kurs wieder auf.
I don't think there's anything wrong with the water hot race car. I think it's trying to convey, or I think it's just that there's almost a full moon, so it's looking a little bit greasy. I don't know. So this is our operations area. I'm going to have us sail into that particular locale. Hopefully we won't have a crash or anything like that. This game is notoriously unstable. So am I.
What goes better with
Wir haben
long
nicht
loading
genügend
times
Wasser
than
unter den Kieler
crashes?
Kaleien.
That was probably the worst thing about playing... Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was probably the worst thing about playing Silent Hunter 3, and I think Tailmage will vouch for this too, is just when you manage to corrupt a save, it takes so long to load the game sometimes, and then it crashes to desktop immediately.
There's no feedback whatsoever.
Yeah, it just says, oops, I broke it, boss.
That's why veterans of this hobby always copy our save folders. Pretty
I
rare.
make redundant saves, yep. Absolutely. Starcron is saying I need to do a Titanic. I'm going to do that right now. There we go.
Schiff in Sicht. Kurs
Oh.
1, 2, 4.
Close to the front I can get. I think I can get all the way to the front. Near, far, wherever you are.
Oh yeah, this is cool. You can go everywhere on this boat.
I'm king of the world! Happy now? I'm done.
You can't fall off the boat though, right?
Well, let's find out. Nope.
Schiff
I'm
in Sicht.
trying to
Kurs
walk
1,
right off the
4,
front of the
8.
ship, and it's not letting me.
Well, crap, my immersion's just
Yeah.
completely ruined.
Thanks. Thanks, Ubisoft. Thanks for ruining my immersion. Lord Hoth is asking, will we ever get another Silent Hunter game? You got one, and it's called Silent Hunter Online, and it's also a giant middle finger. It's wrapped in a huge, dirty towel that has blood stains and other fluids on it.
And you'll probably get another Silent Hunter. It'll be Silent Hunter Mobile.
Oh, God.
For iPhone.
There actually is an iOS subsim. I'm trying to remember. It's on the subsim.com front page, actually. They seem to like it. For being I think it's, basically a tablet game, but...
I was gonna say, just being on iOS or Android doesn't make it inherently bad.
Yeah.
It's just that most things are bad on those platforms.
I need to get back on course. Somehow I managed to steer us off of course, and we were going into the land. We don't want to do that.
I'm sure the sub had a list when you were standing at the bow.
Shut up. I can quit eating donuts whenever I want. I resent that remark. You know something? It's a glandular problem. God, this donut's good.
You and your delicious carbs. I wish I had delicious carbs.
Yeah, I'm carbo loading because it's a marathon.
Of course.
I'm in it to win it.
Schiff in Sicht. Kurs 190.
All right, let's go back to the map. Let's up the time compression.
Schiff in Sicht. Kurs 1.
Yeah, you'll never hear me say that this game is ugly. It's very, very nice. And with the mods that I've added, I think it makes it even better. Yeah, you can try shoving Kit Kats in your laptop or other device. I love Kit Kats, personally. If you can try to shove a bottle of some type of liquor, maybe like one from a mini bar, like a sampler size one, that would be good too.
Oh yeah, we got another donation from Nips. $20.
$20! Make you holler! Let me take a look at that. Can you do the math on that? I'm bad at math.
Yes, I
As
can. That'll bring us to $1,120.
1120, yeah. Of course it does. Ding, ding, ding. Smoke on the horizon. Let's take a look at that. Lethal isn't going to be able to see this until 30 seconds from now, but my men just called out a contact and they all pointed in different directions.
I'm eagerly anticipating this moment.
Bunch of assholes.
Like we're surrounded by sandbags.
Oh, that was awesome. That made me really happy. I need to bring up the chat again. Alright. That's fantastic. I love this game. Bunch of jerks. Alright. Let's continue on. Apparently a warship. Don't care. This guy's gonna accompany me. Maybe he's friendly. Oh, you know what? I do have a mod enabled that removes the color coding from all contact reports, so I don't know for sure that this guy's friendly. This guy could be an enemy for all I know, but it's...
Just send Halen Rap to the dock.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows? Where is he? Where'd he go? Ask my watch officer to tell me. Tell me something good. Oh, hi. Yeah, it's like a Z class. Something like that. Is my crew on meth? They better be. What good would they be if they weren't? It's good for their eyesight. And for their everything.
For their tap dancing, too.
Obsessive.
For the pure in 2 weeks, people.
You don't want to make me look like an idiot. Come on, dance, damn it. All right, we're cruising along. We're out of the area of the harbor, and it's midnight. And after midnight, we're gonna let it all hang out. Everything's hunky dory. Everything's copacetic. I might take us down for a dive. Unicorn Poacher is asking me if I'm going to name my crew. No, and the reason why is that it won't let you. In fact, let me show you what crew management is in this game. Let me find the button. This is crew management. This is all the crew that you're able to really directly do anything with. And by directly do anything with, I mean do very little with. You can talk to them and have really insightful chats with them over and over again about the same topics. And that will improve their morale. And they have special abilities and shit that ultimately are not necessary. They really, I hate to use the phrase dumbing down, but this is dumber than shit. This is pretty stupid.
So you can't just give random commendations to like an asshole in their torpedo tube anymore?
No, there's like chiefs and like people in charge of a given compartment who you can interact with, but you can't like manage your crew in any kind of granular fashion. There's none of that in this game. They totally removed that.
It used to be so personal, man. You like knew
Yeah.
these men, and now you just know them through these middlemen.
Exactly. I had to literally reach out and touch them and move them from their quarters to their certain death. It was a lot more personal. I liked it. But, you know.
C'est la vie. We can't change it.
Yep. Alright, well, we're cruising along. This will probably be the point where I would break a recording because nothing's happening, but we can just shoot the breeze.
Alright. I was gonna say, do you have a topic? I'm thinking.
Do I have a
of some
topic?
nice- Well, you gotta shoot the breeze with something, right?
How about that? How about that local sports team? I was just gonna say something snarky, so I got nothing.
Finally watched more sports while I could do it. All I know is Peyton Manning is great. Great at throwing interceptions.
He's good at the foot to ball. I almost
He's
choked on my
great
donut.
He's great at throwing to the wrong team while, you know, it really matters.
Aren't the Broncos like 6-1 though?
They're doing all right. They're
They're
doing
doing
all
very
right.
well.
He's done better at this whole color blindness thing in this season.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Peyton Manning. He's obviously a really good quarterback, but I don't know.
I don't know either, man.
I don't know how to feel about any of them. You know, I played football. I played football for 3 years in high school. I was a offensive lineman because I'm just generally an offensive person.
I see.
I also played defensive line.
I played no sports ball in any of my years.
That's okay.
I mean billiards, but that's not really sports ball. That's more games ball, right? Right?
That's it's a sport. I'll call it a sport.
There you go. The definitive answer.
Yep.
Billiards
Effing controller, a overweight man, has declared billiards to be a sport. News at 11.
It'll be included in the next Olympics, I'm sure.
Yep. Wow, this water does look a little weird. Looks like it's made out of vinyl. I feel like I'm in one of those clubs I go to on Friday nights.
Actually, I was gonna say it looks like plastic at a Gallagher show or something. It's covered with watermelon seeds.
What does he call his hammer again?
Oh, I can't fucking remember.
What are you pointing at? Do you smell something, boy?
There's watermelon out there, boss. Or Herculoid.
Ja, bitte?
Stupid. So he's pointing at nothing. He's like, look at the sunrise. Isn't it beautiful, Captain? Thanks, ass.
Just like smack him in the back of the head. No, damn it. We're looking for things that can shoot at us.
I would not recommend anybody play American football, by the way. That's if you know what, if you want to do it, God bless you. But if you're gonna play a contact sport, rugby, do it.
Why rugby over the American football?
Because, well, I played rugby too, and you know what? People don't get hurt as bad and as much, I think. And the reason, I think, is just that you don't have pads in rugby. You can wear a scrum cap, I guess, which is like a little bonnet. It's lightly padded. It's really more intended to protect your ears than anything else, because a lot of rugby players get cauliflower ear real bad. But I think the thing with football is it's so high speed, and you have set plays off of every down, and people move really fast and are basically have a lot of really hard equipment on them, if you know what I mean. And it can really do a lot of damage. Tailmate just saying rugby was basically licensed bullying at his school.
Yeah, they want to haze you. They got you to join the rugby team.
That reminds me of the that Monty Python sketch.
I was going to say, which one exactly?
The one where they're it's from The Meaning of Life, where they're playing rugby against, it's the school kids versus their teachers. Just beating the shit out of them.
Trying to remember that one. I just can't remember them.
I think it
There's
was
so
in.
many.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the Flying Circus, I got all stuck in my head right now, and of course Life of Brian, but I can't get the meaning of life in there.
That's the one where it's from the same scene where John Cleese is having sex with his wife in front of his kids or his students. If that doesn't bring it back, I don't know what will.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Oh my god.
Not just to remember, just so I can see him having sex with his wife in front of his students.
So wait, do they make you Britons out there? Do they make you play rugby in school? Cause that's kind of fucked, man. It's a very physical game, and if you're not of that inclination to run around and hit people really hard with your shoulders and stuff, that's not a good thing to play. We're just now entering our patrol area, by the by. Oh, I was going to dive. That's how we detect things. Now, another complaint I have is that they remapped all of the keys from the previous games. Not necessary. There's no reason to do that. They probably did it for the purposes of like making it easier on newcomers again, but they're still not easy to get a handle on, I don't think. I don't think that they're any better, so screw you guys. Screw you guys. Meh. Now the F button is periscope depth. Oh, and by the way, you can't dive if you're on the deck. Surprising no one. It's really bright out right now, although I am staring at the sun.
You know, with that diagram we had of the keyboard, it looks like it should have shipped with one of those when you actually bought the game.
Yeah, they made. I'm getting feedback from the chat saying yes, they had to play rugby. That's awful.
Yep, that's what Telmaine is saying. Part of his physical education classes.
What kind of education is that? All right, kids, you're gonna learn how to get your asses kicked.
Gonna build character today. Hope you're ready for it. Because if you aren't, well, too bad.
The fetal position is best obtained by falling directly on your ass and hugging your knees. Roll around squealing like a little girl.
Telmaine will demonstrate as I punch him in the stomach.
That was a wretched accent. I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm sorry to all of the English folk out there.
Can't tell if we're from the British Isles or Australia.
Exactly.
Either way.
Well, I loved rugby. I'm a well-built American man. By which I mean I'm overweight. So rugby wasn't a big problem. Running in rugby is tough for me, though. Because you have to run a lot. Running's hard. Oh, we need to slow down. If we're going under, we want to go to pretty slowly, because otherwise our engine noise is going to overwhelm our hydrophones. Yeah, Killiskittle is saying, I've got massive scars on my knees from being tackled on AstroTurf in winter. That is awful. I remember I was playing a playoff game down in Medford, Oregon, which is kind of in the Siskiyou Mountains. Not quite. But it gets very cold there. And playoff time in American football is in November, and so it starts to get pretty cold. And the grass was frozen solid. And the grass was so frozen that it was cutting like my forearms and my hands, the back of my hands. It was messed up.
That's the one thing about American football. There are no rain days.
Yeah, exactly. I never liked playing on AstroTurf either. It's unnatural. I'd rather play in mud. I really would. Oh, kind of just, yeah. He said that he tore his ACL playing high school football. I'm lucky that I didn't. I think I tore my meniscus, actually, which I haven't fixed. Probably should. It was actually, I did that. Why does the game stop me for a weather report? I don't care. I know we're underwater right now, too. How do you know what the... Anyways.
The meteorologist gives kickbacks, apparently. I can understand why you wouldn't like to run also if you tore any sort of ligament or tendon.
Oh, we're getting radio traffic. We're being told to report position and status.
Received the message from the BDU.
Suddenly, my radio man speaks English.
Ja, bitte?
No, I didn't. I don't want to talk to you. What the? God. Let's get Benno Shoy here.
Status is we may have an American spy on the vessel. Possibly British. Not sure on the
Hey, Captain! I mean, Cologne?
Cologne?
Oh, it's not that guy. It's this guy. Are you the guy? Captain's log? No. Radio? No. Clock? I have to surface, I think.
Boot auftauchen.
Darn you radio waves. Why don't you work underwater?
All we hear is Radio Hitler. I don't know. It's a terrible station. Alright, let's go on the surface. I guess I actually should command him to send a radio report. Radio message from HQ. Dance Commander, we love you.
Radio operator, make sure it's actually in German this time.
Yeah.
We don't want to confuse command.
Do we have any get out. Get out. What are you doing to me? What is this? Okay. That's an issue. I have a radio message that I can't get rid of. Delete. How about that? Okay, Yoo-hoo-hoo. So...
Bring up your list of complaints and add another one.
Come on. You son of a bitch.
All he wants to do, developers, is close the fucking window. Why is this
I mean,
a trial?
In fairness, this could be... Oh, wait a minute. I know what it is.
Okay.
No, I don't. In fairness, this could be caused by one of my mods. So, I don't know.
I was gonna say, we'll just slide it down to the bottom and hopefully nothing bad will happen.
Yeah. There we go. That'll do. Good enough for government work. Unbelievable. Actually, highly believable. Given this game's track record. What the hell? Kill a Skittle is saying, anywho, a girl got all her fingers on one hand snapped off when a metal door slammed on it when high velocity British winds are about. What the hell? How did this happen? Jeez.
Man,
Oh.
imagine if that would happen in the States. Jesus.
Oh, lawsuits all over the place, first of all.
Litigation as far as the eye could see.
Yeah. What the? I want to get rid of this stupid radio messages bullshit. How do? Ah, whatever. Moving right along. Been a lot of controversy, I guess, about American football lately, of course. I think it's a fine sport. It's just not one that I think most people, or really very many people, should play. I'm kind of having the same crisis with it that I had with professional wrestling a few years back. Which, that's a cool thing to say. I sound like a totally cool dude right now, but...
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I know. I got some problems. Well, he's a perfect example of why I can't watch wrestling anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. If you create a business where you attain success through extreme use of steroids and cocaine and painkillers and shit, I can't really support you anymore.
New message coming in.
Okay, well, we got a big red fuck off message.
Morning there.
Overt military operations have commenced against Poland.
Signal to be decoded.
Wait, there's more English speaking. What the hell? All Polish vessels are to be considered hostile and valid targets, which may be attacked at the commander's discretion. Vessels of other nations are considered neutral and are not to be attacked. Boo!
You guys are just practicing, just in case we intercept any radio messages. What's gotta be?
So we do have a contact on our map, but it's very far away. I think it's in the environs of Danzig or whatever. Goldenhafen. Okay. I'm gonna surface, actually.
Auf E-Maschinen umschalten. Boot
We're
auftauchen.
just now engaging our electrics, I beg your pardon? Oh! Uh-oh.
You just surfaced outside enemy base.
Auf Seerohrtiefe gehen.
We have contact. He's tracking north, based on the contact line. Northeast-ish, maybe? It's a warship moving fast. Well, you know what that means. Surface the boat and chase him.
Turns out to be a destroyer. Oops.
Yeah, that could be a little bit of a boo-boo. Polish do have some destroyers. We did receive another donation, by the way.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna take a quick look at that. I'm alt-tabbed out of the game.
Yep, we got one from Sarkon here, which brings our total. He donated 10, which brings our total
1130.
to 945. Yep. 1130 is our current total.
Sarkron, you're a gentleman and a scholar. Fergus, hello.
Weiteste Fahrt voraus.
Fergus is paying me a visit.
Hopefully, you won't engage in any clumsy acrobatics this time.
God, I was kind of worried. He kind of had to sit there for a second, like, try to figure out what happened. We have pretty smooth hardwood floors in this place, and that dogs don't mix with that.
That's true. You're in your new place now. You're not living with Ma'am anymore.
I know. She's awesome, but, you know, you're still living with man.
But you're loving your new place. I know I am. My
I'm-
new place anyway.
Very happy with this. I do have some repairs that I need to do, but...
Yep.
Well, that's the nature of the beast.
Yep. I definitely have a lot of painting and spackle work to do in my house. Not too
And
bad though.
not just a little bit north here to try and intercept whatever this is. Could be a huge mistake.
But wouldn't be your stream if there weren't these.
Exactly. Just keeping it real, as the kids say. See what the surface conditions are like. Sailing immediately directly into the sun.
Pros and strats.
Not seeing a sign of the enemy just yet. Fergus doesn't like it when I make Let's Plays because I'm loud. So he like leaves the room. He's just like, I can't take this shit.
You know how loud that is to a dog? I mean,
Exactly.
loud to you.
I don't know how he deals with me generally. I'm kind of a loud person, so. Oh, hello. We found a pole. Ha. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. I'm making sounds that may cause some concern, Lethal, but
I know.
It's-
seen
it's-
what
it-
you're on now.
it's
I'll
just-
go in here.
it's just bugs. Just little glitches here and there. I'm actually going to have us. Stop pointing at stuff. There's nothing there.
Oh, it's a fish.
Oh, I think it's a dolphin. Asshole. God. Oh boy, and I'm climbing down onto the deck, and I don't want to do that. Have us dive.
Auf Seerohrtiefe gehen.
All right. Slow her down a little bit. So far, everything's working pretty decently.
Kleine Fahrt.
There's sometimes issues with your CO2 not going down or your batteries not recharging.
Schneller Fahrt. Näher kommen. In 2, 9,
I should have marked that guy on
großer
my
Entfernung.
contact map. I will do that now, though. Supermark. I can set the color. Oh, sweet.
Tiefe beträgt.
It's gonna be
1,
pink.
0 Meter.
Pink or get out.
Dieselmaschinen stopp.
You have to use the scroll wheel. This is not a part of the game by default, by the way. How do I make it pink? Do I have to add blue a little bit?
You'd have to add both the other colors to make it more whitish.
Oh,
Remember,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
White is all colors.
See, now that's magenta right there. Let's tone that down. Let's Bob Ross it a little bit.
Make it happier.
That's kind of a salmon. We'll work with it. That just looks red. Whatever. Wait, is it? Did I not do it? Oh, I set it on the wrong one. Well, poop. Doesn't matter.
All that work into the wrong color.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Gives me something to do here while we track this target. Yeah, he's actually heading north-northeast. Let's listen to him for a little while longer. There we go. All right.
Boot auftauchen.
Bolt auftauchen. Caxter is saying, and this is exactly what I would be totally happy with, they should re-release Silent Hunter 3, but with Silent Hunter 5 graphics and the ability to walk around your ship. That's all that they needed to do for this game. That's all. That's all. It's so simple. Because I'm a game designer, and I know that these things are simple.
Volle Fahrt voraus.
Well, I mean, redesigns are all the rage,
Weiß ist die
right?
Fahrt
You've
voraus.
seen all these same game HDs.
Totally
Come
true.
on.
And I would have loved it. The reason I didn't start this is just getting the mod loadout to work correctly has been a real bear. It's been a pain in the ass. So the vanilla game is not good. So I have to mod it.
Yep, I can tell it was a bear, considering how long it took to load.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Oh, we suffer for our art.
I was gonna say, I can only imagine how much time you spent just trying to load up the game only to have it crash with the variety of mods.
Well, I have to confide that I started kind of recording this a little bit, but then shit stopped working, so I had to stop. And that's actually an answer to your question, Unicorn Poacher. This is going to be my next my next Let's Play. It's not going to be Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, despite rumors.
And not Myth 3, because it doesn't exist.
Myth 3 never happened. Nope. Some people have asked me to do Myth 3, whatever that is, but I don't know. I'm probably chasing a friendly target here, by the way, folks. This is probably not anything that I can do anything about, but...
They gotta have some fun and, you know, chasing these wild geese.
Well, it's good to hunt, even if it's something that we can't,
Makes you sound like my brother when we're fishing. Sometimes it's just good to catch a goddamn fish, even though
Yeah.
it's not that big.
There's more to fishing than catching fish.
Actually,
That's why they call it fishing and not catching.
aha. Hoping to go fishing again this weekend. Hopefully I'll catch something a little bigger this time.
I have not done any fishing this year, and I feel really bad about it.
You feel bad about it.
I do. I love fishing. It's part of... Well, my dad used to take me fishing a lot.
Well, there you
I
go.
like going. I like going out and, you know, even if I don't catch anything, it's nice.
I was gonna say, what did you fish for with your dad? Since
We
we're
fished...
remembering Larry.
Yeah, mostly we fished for trout. In various locales.
In the various varieties.
We actually... Yeah, I mean, there's a few different kinds. We mostly have rainbows here in Oregon, but we've got cutthroats. And for a while, of course, you couldn't keep cutthroats.
Yeah, they're... Real cutthroats are kind of in danger.
Yep. We fished bass a couple of times on the John Day River. I think it's still in existence actually in Oregon. There's a bounty for northern pike minnow, which is, I don't think it's technically invasive, but it's it eats smolt. It eats juvenile salmon.
Yep.
So they like to.
Boot auftauchen.
No, I don't want to service the
Auf
boat.
Seehund.
They like to bring the numbers down. Alright, let's do some actual charting here and figure out where things are going to happen. Yeah, we're in range just about of whatever this is.
1, 0 Meter. Dieselmaschinen stopp.
I'm going to go ahead and do that. Notch our course up that way. And I'm going to wait for a little while for this guy to head our way. I do not believe that he's heading ahead fast. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have to back up.
Kleine Fahrt zurück.
No. Oh, I hate it when it does this.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
What is going on? I can't see it.
There's no keyboard command for it. I'm trying to back us up, but I'm using, I don't know what I can do. Damn it.
Neuer Kurs.
There we go.
2, 8.
Now I can back up.
Kleine Fahrt zurück.
When you order if you're following a course and you order your sub to move back, the game will think, oh, well, you want to proceed on your course, but you want to do so going backwards. You want to drive backwards, basically. So, yeah, that's a little bit annoying. Okay, we're going to gently up the time compression. Ever so gently. And then we're going to move ahead.
I can only
Kleine Fahrt
imagine
voraus.
why the hell they designed it to be that way.
Well, it's like that in 3 and 4. I don't really know what applicable use there would be for that, but I don't know.
Kleine Fahrt zurück.
I guess it's to keep things consistent.
I guess.
All right, let's go to The attack periscope. That's not the way to the attack periscope. Just gently walking through the corridors of my ship, preparing to make an attack on what is probably a friendly target, but whatever. I'm not going to attack it if it's friendly. I have some discipline. That thing's going to be really close now. Yeah, it's just a... Oh, I'm pushing the wrong button. There are 2 periscopes on a submarine. At least on this submarine. He should be in visual range, but I'm not seeing him. Maybe he's a submarine.
That would be something. Like you take down another U-boat just going around.
I can't remember if I've hit a sub with a torpedo. It's kind of tricky. I have, actually. Generally, in Silent Hunter 3, it's basically impossible to do unless you use means that are beyond your real capabilities. Because there's no chart. There's no... what am I trying to say? There's no entry in the ship identification guide for subs. So you have to... You can't say what mast height it's at, for instance.
Gotcha.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Okay, I'm kind of wondering what the hell is going on here. There is a little bit of haze, I guess.
And to answer your question there, Unicorn Poacher, I don't see any other new donations. Did it go to the PayPal one, perhaps?
Let me take a look then.
Because I still see our last donator as Sarkron there.
It might... Let's take a look. That would be a problem if...
I'll refresh again.
Yeah, Sarkron is the most recent one, it looks like. You're being accused of not doing your job, my friend. My goodness.
I know. The nerve. I waited until I was off the clock to start this Skype call. Thank you very much.
I don't see what is out there. I'm confused. I'm gonna have my sound guy check his ears real quick.
Apparently we got a new bug to log here. Invisible ships.
He's saying medium range. That always, basically, in a Silent Hunter game means visual range. It could be that there is haze that I'm not perceiving. I'm actually going to sail ahead now,
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
instead of sailing away. And no, I'm not singing either one of the songs that pertain to that particular activity.
And I won't either.
Thank you.
Yep.
I respect and appreciate that.
You're welcome.
What the shit is going on here?
Gonna say, if you don't find in the next like 5 minutes, you should just use external view to fly over there. And
I'm
see.
thinking about it because at this point I'm thinking there's some kind of bug. Either that or it's a whale. It could be a whale.
That
Come to
would
think
be
of it,
pretty awesome.
I'm gonna have a chat with. He's saying it's a warship though.
My God, the Dutch have weaponized the blue whale. It says that it does not come in peace and that you should prepare to die. You know English and whale? Yes.
There's definitely something at bearing 320 or so. But I'm gonna go to the O-scope. Give that a try. Maybe there's something specifically wrong with my Attack scope. And if anybody out in the chat sees anything, please let me know. You know what, though? Hang on, hang on. I think it's a sub. I'm going to state for the record that it is a submarine. The reason it's a submarine is if you listen to our ambient noise, listen to our engines real quick. Well, you can kind of hear them overall. They sound like that. If you listen to our target, they sound basically the same. I think that this is a submarine. I'm calling it. So I'm going to go ahead and cheat and use the external camera to verify this. I'm not proud of this, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. The game now has a help you
Neuer
cheat
Kontakt,
function.
Kriegsschiff mit schneller Fahrt. Näher kommend. In 3, 2, 0. In mittlerer Entfernung.
And I bet you I'll wager dollars to donuts. Oh, who was right? Who was right? That's a Type 7. It has a Biscay cross on it, too, which is... wait, no. That's not a Type 7. Oh, my.
What are we looking at here?
Oh, boy. That is a... That is not a German submarine.
Oh my goodness.
But he's under.
You have very good spotters on the surface.
See, I mean, realistically, we wouldn't be able to identify the target. We don't know also that it's Polish. Polish did have subs.
The water's very clear in the sunset here.
And you know what? I don't remember what the command is for silent running. If there is one.
I've never seen you find a sub before. I'm kind of interested to see how this engagement goes.
I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know if there's really anything that we can do with this guy. He's not going to probably react.
Auf Schleichfahrt gehen.
Well, that's a shame. I wanted to see him fire some torpedoes at you.
Oops. I don't think he can do anything. Really, in Silent Hunter games, the AI subs are pretty limited.
Well, still, this is pretty interesting. The first warship we come across.
Yeah,
is a
it's.
goddamn enemy submarine.
I mean, the thing is it strains disbelief for us to be able to even know what this is. Well, it's impossible. We would just probably a captain would assume, or would maybe radio back saying, "Hey, I have a submarine on my hydrophone. Do we have any submarines out this way?"
Yeah, it's weird. Command, is there another Unterseeboot in this sector?
Exactly. It looked. The chat is saying, "Is it coming up?" It looked almost like it was.
Maybe you guys can have a cookout on the top of the water.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a tailgating party, but the closest thing you can have on the open ocean. You could share the bratwurst and they could share the Polish sausage. There you go. Well solved.
Sausages for all. It's gonna be a total sausage fest. Okay, he's still under. Can't believe I didn't figure that out sooner. Gee, if I can't see him, he's probably a submarine, isn't he?
Well, you were confused because your guys were saying they could see him.
Well,
Yeah.
and I was just assuming it was because this game is a buggy shit heap, but, you know. Opportune.
Elder says, wouldn't it just be hilarious if this was a bug that replaced every enemy ship with submarine?
Oh my god, what a nightmare.
As long as there are not all these Polish boats.
That's like a Type T. That's like a British sub. That's the trick, though, is I don't know if that's a British sub. If it is a British sub, we get docked for sinking it. People are complaining that your mic is too low. I'll try to make you louder.
Skype. Or I could just speak up. I was gonna say, how do you hear me?
You're fine. I hear you just fine.
Okay. With the slider on the audio then.
Let me see if I can.
It's gonna turn up everything, but you know.
Yeah, I have to turn everything up if I turn Skype up.
I was gonna say I'd speak louder, but that would just annoy you, and I'd rather not do that.
Doesn't bother me, but
Oh, okay. Then I'll speak as loudly as I can. Actually, I could just turn up my mic. That'd probably be easier. I could even do it on Skype. Is it Skype all the way up? It could go higher. There you go. Now it's
oh, you
slightly
sound
higher.
splendid. We just lost the contact. He's probably dead ahead of us at this point.
Neuer Kontakt.
There he is.
Kriegsschiff mit schneller Fahrt auf gleichbleibender Entfernung. In F. In kurzer Entfernung.
He said in F? Nobody's in me. I can speak with relative authority that say nobody's in me. Hello, animal hero. You are a hero amongst animals. I'm okay.
Neuer Kurs 319 Grad. Äußerste Fahrt voraus.
Now I see what you're laughing at. Let's get a closer look at it.
I wonder if he's gonna steer here. You know, I had some hope that this would be the first episode of the Let's Play for this game. This is just turning out too silly. I don't think I can do this. It's the first episode. Oh, we're not steering anymore. Come to daddy. No. Keep going.
Neuer Kurs 26 Grad.
No. Oh, you
Kurs 28.
son of a bitch. How does he know?
Neuer Kurs 4.
Oh!
He's very gradually getting away.
The chat is instructing me to fire the deck gun underwater.
I don't think he has scuba gear in this one, folks. This isn't that subculture game or whatever it was.
He's diving. Or no, he was low to begin with. Oh my god, this is getting...
The AI is smart enough to dodge, but it's not smart enough to fight back.
Ah, hit him! Yes! Oh my god!
So I'm looking forward to seeing this. They take out the conning tower or something? I don't know. It's pretty close. on
It
my
didn't
screen.
do shit. I don't think we even took any damage.
And here
He's
we
just
see-
continuing on his merry way.
And here we see the mating habits of the subs. And we've received yet another donation.
I think we got a donation for ramming that sub, actually.
Yep. We have one from Michael Cook, who's donated an additional $50, bringing our total to $1,180.
Nice! He's just going on his merry way, like nothing happened.
Mit schneller Fahrt entfernt sich in 3, 3, 5. In kurzer Entfernung.
What an amazing man. It does look like he's trying to surface or something, but it's... This game. Oh, I'm going backwards. Whoopsies.
How did that even happen?
I'm being told to use my torpedoes.
I was gonna say, if you're not gonna make this part of the series,
Tell you
might as
what.
well just fire on.
Yeah. I have a cunning plan.
At least you can find the bearing pretty easily on this bad dude.
Well,
It's just the range.
the range and the speed.
You can have to estimate all this shit on the fly.
I got some ideas here, though. Tailmage is making the point, and it's true. They won't arm in time, and I think that that's probably right. They arm after 200 meters, I think.
So we're gonna have to bag it up and try to shoot him in the ass or something.
That's, well, what I want to do, if I can, is get directly behind him. If I do that... Oh, but I can't set my depth any lower. I can't set... That's bullshit. You can't set your depth below 12 meters.
Well,
That's complete bullshit. That is the biggest bullshit of all bullshits. That is astounding. Because, I mean, I could try.
I was gonna say the only.
There's
change
only
now
one
is
way to
like
find
air
out.
blasting him essentially, except underwater. Hydroblasting.
Ruder 1-0, Grad Steuerbord.
I like how we're supposedly running silent right now.
I think he may know we're here. I don't know.
3, Grad Steuerbord.
Yeah, for those of you just joining us, we basically just mated with this with this submarine.
You gotta wonder what it sounds like when subs are doing these Blue Angel maneuvers underwater.
I'm trying to let him get a little bit ahead of me, and I'm trying to turn in so that I'm directly behind him. And it's a very gradual process. Oh, I need to turn harder then.
Ruder 3-1, Grad Steuerbord.
Just almost there. This is the stupidest bunch of bullshit. This game.
Ruder 0.
Are you guys still having trouble hearing me, Animal Hero?
Ruder 6, Grad Backbord.
We'll figure it out after we actually sink this tub.
0. Ruder
I doubt we're gonna sink it, to be frank with you a bit.
0. Ruder 0. Ruder 7, Grad Backbord. Ruder 0.
My helmsman is whispering sweet nothings at me right now.
Grad Backbord. Ruder 0.
Alright.
Ruder 0.
Set it to a magnetic. I don't know if that's gonna be quite right. I'm just gonna go for it.
Might as well.
I have to do that.
Wir sind zu tief für einen Unterwasserschuss.
Oh, you assholes!
Neue Tiefe 1,6 Meter.
You suck.
Langsame Fahrt voraus.
I don't think this is gonna work.
What are they doing?
They're saying I'm too deep to fire.
Rohr
Too deep to fire.
There we go. We're in business.
Halbe Fahrt voraus.
No, no.
Langsame Fahrt voraus. Rohr 1. Los. Rohr 1. Wird geschlossen.
Is that me or him? There we go. Oh, that's as deep as it'll go, and it's not deep enough.
And of course we can't like.
No, it is deep enough!
Oh yeah.
Holy shit!
Whoa, that was fucking awesome. I just now saw
Oh
it.
my
Nailed it right in the
God.
tower. You're never gonna get a second shot now, though.
I don't think we'll need one.
Yeah, he should be done after that.
Thunk. Oh.
Fucking headshot of that thing.
Dude. I like how his screws are still turning. You poor bastard. Maybe this is just a clever ploy. Maybe he just did a crash dive and he's gonna go over. As we go over, he's gonna come right back up and launch one at us. Oh, that's amazing. Well.
You just no-scoped a Polish sub.
I think it's Polish. If it's not, oh well.
Tell the guy it was Polish. Couldn't tell. Too far under.
Boot auftauchen.
We're gonna service the boat.
Fleischfahrt aufheben.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. I love this game. I take back everything I said about it. I have to actually take a quick break here, folks. I think that's a good time to pause momentarily. Because my beautiful lady wife has returned home and I would like to say hello to her.
I'm gonna get something to drink.
That's a good call. Alright, you guys. Well, hang on. I probably ought to pause this. There we go. Okay. One moment, please.